Good evening, friends. And here we are, day 76. If you have followed with us, you have an idea about how this is going. If you are new or you missed some classes, there's always the recordings, and they're on YouTube, and there'll be the link is in the same place as you found the link for the session. And you can also request one-on-one help in the breakout room. We are in a cycle. It's our fourth cycle, and one of the things that we're trying to achieve is longer period of silence, where really we enjoy no thoughts, the bliss of no thoughts, and our own inner being. We are moving now from the musical journey from Tuesday to discovering a little bit about enlightened faith or trust in ourselves. We have tonight with us Rahul, who will be co-hosting the meditations as well, and Shashvat, who will be enchanting us with divine music after the talk in the usual flow of things. You want to say hi, Rahul?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Rahul. I live in Columbus, Indiana, and I've been practicing Sahaja Yoga meditation since 2006. And it is my continued joy to be able to share this journey with all of you. Thank you.
Shashwat?
Hello everyone, I am Shashwat. I have been practicing this Sahaja Yoga meditation since childhood, and currently I am based in San Diego, doing my master's at UC San Diego. And today I got this opportunity to play the violin in the music session afterwards. So hope everyone enjoys the session and the music. Looking forward to meditate with you all. Thank you.
And I'm Andre Harabor. We started in Romania when Sahaja Yoga opened the way for many people over there after the opening of the Eastern Bloc in 1990. And we currently live in Canada, in the middle of Canada, but we're enjoying pretty good hot weather. I think it was 35, 36 outside today. But inside it is all cool and beautiful. So let's all raise our Kundalini and do the bandha. And when we do the bandhan, Shri Mataji, in one of the times when she shows this to people, she talks about doing it with respect. Because essentially, we are asking the divine power to shield us and to balance us. So that report works very well with respect. Very well. So we should make a couple of circles clockwise, a couple of bandhans on top of the foot soak. And ask Mother, please give power to this foot soak to absorb all negativity and heat from our subtle system. And once we do that a few times, we will gently slide in. We can have the meditation photograph as well. The trust, which, sometimes in certain contexts, and we call it as faith, but really the core of that is trust. And how does trust come? Well, essentially it comes from experience of good things and experience of overcoming as well, and experience of love, of receiving love, and of being able to emit love. So we have 3 channels, and they all have to do with a side of that. So we will go through them a little bit, so we can take a clue of the smile of Shri Mataji, that we can rise above all things that are trying to pull us down, and then gently close our eyes. And keep the left hand in the lap, and put the right hand on the Mother Earth, or towards the Mother Earth on the side of the chair. So first, let's allow all the unnecessary ties of the past to go away. Let's try not to hold on to anything at all, be it from 2 minutes ago or 25 years ago. And we will ask a few times inside, Mother, please free us from all the bondages of our past. Mother, please let us remember from our past only that which is spiritually nourishing, which helps our evolution. We are more than happy to let everything else go. Again, being childlike is essential to discover that pure form of trust. Innocence makes us trust and makes us trustful as well. And it has no fear, which is the first enemy of faith. Mother, please completely establish divine innocence and complete lack of fear within us. And for the left side, the pure love is the energy that gives the joy and consolidates all faith. Mother, please completely fill us with pure divine love. Let the endless ocean of that be a never-ending river flowing through our heart. Please let us fully experience that flow beyond any doubt. Very good. Now let's put the right hand back on our lap and flex the left so the palm is upwards and facing towards the back to release the heat from the right side. And the key on the right side is to get rid of all thoughts. The flow of thoughts cannot be controlled. It eventually spins in unexpected ways, but it can be stopped. Whether we surrender all thoughts to the flow of pure consciousness. Please help us experience the perfect still awareness. Beyond any doubt. Please let our attention completely reflect the cool light of the Spirit. Mother, please help us reach the ocean of peace. Very good. We can put the left hand on our lap as well. And in the central channel, the evolutionary power will itself remove doubt when we witness our own evolution. Mother, please completely establish the witness power within us so we can fully enjoy our own evolution beyond any doubt. We will remain in silence for a few minutes. We can now gently open our eyes and rinse our feet and push the foot soak bucket on the side. We don't need to run with it anywhere right now, and remain in this absorption state for Shri Mataji's talk. And then Shashwat will continue with the music.
You have to have faith in yourself and faith in Sahaja. Sahaja means there is the divine power. And this all-pervading divine power is looking after us. It is now felt also. You have felt it. It's not that only my saying is there. You have known that it is so. But even knowing that, it has not become such a faith within you. But this is the faith about Christ has talked. This is the faith with an enlightened mind, not the blind faith. And with the blind, you might make mistakes. While with the enlightened one, if you have faith, you become extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. There cannot be any problems if your faith is enlightened. So now, you see in Sahaja Yoga, many people who are very steady who are upright, who are very valuable. They are like the people who know they are standing on the rocks. But those who are not yet so steady are the people they think they are still dwindling on some sort of a funny waters of this life. The rocks are there, standing on the rocks. And also that has come out of faith, that nothing can disturb us, that faith, nothing can trouble us. So, this is such a state. Only with faith. But now this faith, how do you get? The problem is how to get to this faith. There's no course about it. There's no literature about it. There's no lecture about it. But there is an awakening within you which will ask this, what am I? This awakening, what am I? What have I achieved? See, this will question. What is it that I have achieved? What have I got out of Sahaja Yoga? All these questions will come to you. But if you have faith, not the blind, but the enlightened, which is established by many miracles in life, many things in life, small, small things you will find there have been miracles, small, small things. There have been miracles even in big things, in so many things where you never expected this will happen. So now you know very well settled that you are now very nicely in Sahaja Yoga. For example, it starts raining. Half of you would get worried about it, why it's raining. But they will know that there's a very beautiful roof, nothing can happen. Let it rain as much as it likes. And then you'll have faith that it is not going to rain, it's not going to drench us. In the same way, this faith within us has to be absolutely solid. This kind of life that we have, that only by our own establishment, by our own understanding, by our own observation, that we settle into ourselves, we settle into Sahaja Yoga. It's something remarkable. It has happened, it is happening, and should happen to all of you. You all should have the chance to know your spirit and to know yourself. So one has to have faith in oneself. I've seen some Sahaja Yoginis always come and say, Mother, I'm no good, I'm useless, I'm doing no work, I'm absolutely a lazy lamp or whatever it is. So all right, you think that way? Ask for it. What do you want? Even if you don't ask, it will work out. Even if you don't. Even you just think about it, it will work out. Even if you pay attention, it will work out. Because this all-pervading power is the only real power, all the rest of the powers are useless. And is so very efficient, so compassionate, that in the split of the second, it can work out things.
Let us all sit in silence for 2 minutes, absorbing the talk within ourselves. Now let us continue in the state of meditation with a piece of classical music, Indian classical music called Rag Maru Bihag.
Thank you, Shashwat. That was beautiful. So let us build upon our experience today. As we have learned, enlightened faith is the faith that spontaneously blossoms in our heart as a response to all the beautiful experiences of the Spirit, the actualization of the Spirit in our conscious awareness. It is not a blind faith, but faith based upon experience. Now, it is very important as that faith blossoms in our being, in our heart, that we steady it. Because when we steady the faith, then our heart opens. It opens more, and the light of the Spirit radiates more. In the light of the Spirit, deeper experiences manifest. And we go deeper in our spiritual journey, in our spiritual ascent. A good metaphor to understand this is a flower that opens up to the dewdrop. First, it feels the coolness of the dewdrop. It knows that this coolness is nourishing, is soothing, is refreshing. When it has felt that coolness, it opens up to allow that coolness to come inside. The dewdrop comes inside, it nourishes the flower, it refreshes the flower. And as a result of that, the flower opens up more. As it opens up more dewdrop can come inside and refresh it more. Ultimately, the flower blossoms fully. That is how faith works. If, when the flower felt the coolness of the dewdrop, it doesn't open up or doesn't remain open up and closes, then eventually the dewdrop evaporates and the flower loses the chance to blossom. That is how faith works within us. Whatever we have experienced so far, we have all experienced our spirit, and that is why we are here. To some extent, we have all experienced. And then as a result of that, a trust builds up, a faith comes inside, that our Mother Kundalini is guiding us, divine is guiding us, and a beautiful journey of inner transformation is manifesting. Now we have to keep that faith steady so that more and more the divine love can enter our being and nourish us, leading to more experiences which will further deepen our faith. And that is how we go in the upward spiral of our spiritual ascent. So we will meditate now to establish this faith in our heart, to steady this faith in our heart. So let's close our eyes. Keep both our palms open in our lap. Take a few deep breaths. Let us take our attention to our spirit in our heart. We can place our right palm on our heart to help our attention. Let us feel the deep silence of our spirit. Let us feel the absoluteness of our spirit. Let us feel the immensity, the immense love of our spirit. Let us feel the silent, profound joy of our spirit. Let us feel the transcendence of our spirit. Like a sun in the sky, no clouds of worries or thoughts can disturb it. Let us feel the completeness, the fullness of our spirit. Let us pray that let my spirit come in my attention. And let the full glory, full majesty of my spirit manifest in my awareness. I am pure spirit, pure consciousness, pure love. Let's give bandhan to our heart. And let us see if we feel the cool vibrations emitting out from our heart. Flowing like an endless river, perpetual river of divine love. Let our heart open more and more to accept that love. As we feel that love, we feel the gratitude in our heart. Thank you, Mother Kundalini, for making us aware of who we truly are. Thank you. Let that gratitude establish and deepen in your heart. And the heart opens more, expands more, blossoms more. With gratitude comes a sense of surrender, of reception, of acceptance. Let that surrender establish in your heart. And in that surrender, let the small I of your ego dissolve. And the small I is replaced by a much wider awareness of just I am, beyond the duality of I am this, I am that. I simply am. I am pure consciousness. Ocean of pure divine love. There is complete clarity in that self effulgence, in that self awareness. And there are no doubts. Let's raise the vibrations from our heart slowly to our Sahasrara. Let the spirit rise and come in the Sahasrara. Give vibrations to our Brahmarandra. And then raise our right palm above our head. Feel the cool silence above your head, as far as it goes. Bring your palm back and let's just settle in that silence above our Sahasrara. Let us feel the integration of our heart and our Brahmarandhra. As if they are just one. Shraddha is the integration of our heart and our brain. What our mind knows is what our heart feels. So we conclude our meditation today. Let us slowly raise our Kundalini with complete respect. Put ourselves into Bandhan. Let us thank our Mother Kundalini in our heart. All right. So that brings us to the final segment of our program. Back to you, Andre.
Yeah, it's not easy to do worldly stuff after that, but we will have our ending slides as usual, talking about the weeks left in the cycle. So another couple of weeks, and in between there is still a chance to futsal collectively and clear out a little bit. And as usual, you can look in the chat, and there are different ways to request a mentor. And the YouTube sessions are recorded at that address. And there's also a WhatsApp group. So whoever feels that they would like a small group to further clear out, ask some questions, just meet some other people in a small group, that's what they have to do. Otherwise, Rahul and myself will be having a chat in the main room. And one of the questions, the points that came up was about what exactly each of us has had as growing experience in this enlightened trust faith as we were moving along in Sahaja Yoga. So how did that look for you in the beginning, Rahul?
In the very beginning, when I got my realization, I did not feel vibrations right away. It took me a long time, almost a year and a half. But in that period, I did feel that there was a peace establishing inside my being, that there is some subtle energy of love that is working inside of me. And the visible results of that work have not manifested yet. The roots are going deeper in the soil, and I must keep patience. So that is where the very first step I felt that there is this power that is working inside of me. I must trust it. I must have faith in it and let that process manifest. And I'm glad that I did that because, yes, after a year or half, I did start feeling vibrations clearly. If I had stopped in between, I would have missed feeling this experience altogether. And that is where having that trust really comes into play. That, of course, we all get signals in some way or the other. Even if you don't feel vibrations, a deep part of yours knows that you are being directed, your life is being directed in the right direction. And when I came to Sahaja Yoga, I was seeking my spirit, and I had almost given up. And one day I had just prayed that, God, there must be people who are true, who are connected to you, who meditate, and cannot be that there's darkness without light. And as a direct result of that prayer, the next day I saw Sahaja Yoga classes, a poster of it. When I saw it, I knew that this is the sign, and this is the path I must pursue. Even though the experiences took time to manifest, that indication, that experience was enough to build up trust, build up faith that this is the direction that I have to go, and I must be persistent and give it some time. And then, yeah, sooner or later, beautiful experiences did manifest.
Well, I mean, obviously, you had a great buildup of faith to begin with, and I mean that's maybe the most amazing capital to build on. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, I think if I think back, probably there are two moments in the first few years where they were just slightly different versions of the same kind of type of happening, and the first time was a regular public program, right? So a couple of hundred people on a Tuesday evening, right, going to the public program, and I remember not feeling great, and somehow there was this, I don't know, feeling in me that if I'm gonna just feel better, I just have to really keep all things out and really focus on the energy from Shri Mataji. So people went through giving, self-realization, and then meditation and all of that. So then this took forever, like an hour and a half, 2 hours, like some long period of time. And but I sort of blocked it all out, and literally almost the whole time I tried to really block it all out and have this absolute tunnel with Shri Mataji's photograph. And after a while, it really felt like things were starting to move. And by the time that whole program was done, there was no doubt that there was a different me going out than the me that had come in. So that was like a drastic change, right, on the inside in the space of one program. And the second time was a couple of years later. I had to, and this was at the time when a few years later, when we were preparing the paperwork. So I was a resident in pediatrics in France, and I was working through the paperwork to come do subspecialty training in Canada, and it was pretty complicated, and it wasn't very clear if it's going to work out. So anyway, one day, unrelated to that, I woke up in the morning and I really felt terrible. My whole body was hurting. I had a little bit of a fever. My tummy didn't feel good. So I called into work, and I said, I talked to my boss, and I said, I'm really not feeling good. I can probably drag myself to work, and he said, no, don't be silly. Obviously, you don't want to spread viruses, right, in the unit at the hospital and all of that. He said, stay home and come tomorrow, you'll feel better. So essentially, I just sat and more or less meditated, watched the talk and then meditated and watched some more and then meditated from the morning until maybe 2:30 p.m., 3 p.m., something like that. And kind of as the afternoon started, I started to feel better and better and better. And by the time all this was done, I was floating, not touching the ground. I was really floating. So then in what was left of that afternoon, in 1 hour and a half, I achieved administrative signatures from a couple of places that nobody could believe afterwards that happened and what the guys signed on. I pretty much, I went to the mayor's, the city office, right? And I said, look, this is in English, but don't worry about it. There's nothing bad. This is what it says. Please sign here. And the lady took the pen, just looked at me, took the pen, signed, and gave me back the paper, didn't say a word, and I left. I mean, things like that, right? So after these two things, it was completely beyond any doubt that the area under the curve of time times intensity, it is simple divine math. You can reach anywhere. It is just a product. Right. And that really is lived with me my entire existence afterwards. So this was my encounter with trust it fully. You just have to go to the end of it. That's really all it is. So a slightly different version of your of the same. And sort of flowing through that. Do you have some suggestions of how to strengthen a little bit that trust over time, or when it's a bit more challenged, or
I have a very practical solution, I would say, is that pay attention to all the beautiful experiences that you are having in your meditation, in collectivity, and write them down. Maintain a journal. Nowadays, it's very easy. I have an app on my phone and a journal where I keep, whenever any beautiful experience happens, I write it down. And that helps tremendously because when you pay attention and you introspect, you realize that, yes, there is a beautiful transformation, inner transformation that is manifesting. And many times we don't remember and we don't recognize. But when we pay attention to it, we realize that, no, it's there. We are having all these beautiful experiences, and there is something at work inside our being. And whenever you read those experiences that you have had, you go through them, then it really reestablishes that faith, that trust in your heart. And that is one very good way of keeping that faith steady in your heart. Is I have felt that there would be moments where you feel don't feel very good. There are a lot of thoughts bombarding your mind. You are not in that state, that beautiful state. And in those moments, doubts can come, fear can come. That is how negativity works. But if you go back and read all the experiences that you have had, then the clouds again part, the light pierces through, and the spirit asserts itself back, and the faith is established again. Because what is happening is Brahmandra in the beginning opens, but it doesn't remain open. The balloons of ego and superego, they again compress it on the
Try
side.
to meet in the middle.
Yeah, they close it. So it's a battle in the beginning where the spirit is trying to assert itself, and the institution of ego and superego that we have built over the course of time, they try to assert themselves. But as we pay attention to all the beautiful experiences that we are having, it helps us to reestablish the spirit in our attention, and reestablish the faith, the trust, and that is what has helped me over the course of years.
Oh, very, very beautiful, very beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I mean, I often, you know, there's a talk where Shri Mataji says, if you use to recommends to use liberally the mantra, I am a Sahaja Yogi. You know, when I heard that talk, I practiced that when things are a bit tough, right? And that has been extremely helpful. And the other one, which I've kind of always done more or less spontaneously, was to read the beautiful divine sayings of divine people. And that
also helps, yes.
Always, you know, helped. And a little bit of that, plus, you know, a bit of A and a bit of B, and managed to get over most humps fairly smoothly. And just doing a bit of clearing, right? The basics, a little foot soak, a little candle. And often the life looks a little different after that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. I think, friends, that we are we have had a very good time together, and I hope everybody enjoyed it as much as, well, I did. And we will have, as usual, a little bit of music at the end. Thank you very much again, Rahul and Shashwat, and we'll see on Sunday. The next there's the foot soak tomorrow, and then the session on Sunday and Tuesday, and Saturday, sorry, and then the clearing on Sunday. Have a good night, everybody, and all the best.
Thank you.